Curva Joseph, man. Hey, you listening to the Honolulu Blues. You hear me?
Oh man, that song hits so hard every time. I love that groove, dude. That's such a good one. Shout out to whoever found that song. Oh, wait, that was me. Welcome back, boys, ladies, gentlemen. We are the Honolulu Blues. I'm Nick Faber. That's Adam Stark, and over there is Julius Porta, and we are here for another solid show. But for the first time this year, we got a mock draft episode. We are mocking for our Detroit Lions. Yes. It's before free agency. That's okay. It's never too early to start mocking. Unless you're Seattle or New England, then you definitely don't need to be mocking right now. Man, one day, boys, we'll be in the Super Bowl, but we're going to jump right off into Super Bowl talk before we get to our normal Pistons conversation that leads us off. I don't want to go into the Pistons right now. They had a shitty loss against the Wizards, and I'm quite upset with them right now. We got Ivy trade to talk about, but we'll get to that. Right now, I want to talk Super Bowl. Boys, it's the Seattle Seahawks versus the New England Patriots, a rematch of 2018 when we remember, or 16, I don't remember when it was, but whatever, it was some years ago, and it was when the freaking interception happened, and it was crazy. I can't believe they didn't run it with Marshawn Lynch, but I just want to hear, boys, right out the gate, let's hear your Super Bowl predictions. We're in Super Bowl weeks, what everyone cares about. Everyone's going to tune off after we even give these, so make them good, because this is all anyone's going to be watching. Who wins the Super Bowl? What is the score prediction? If you got an MVP prediction for me, throw that out there. We're going to start with Adam.
Ooh, all right. Score prediction, I'm going to go – I think both defenses are pretty good. Patriots defense has really stepped up as of late. We all know about Seattle's. I'm torn because – I kind of think both teams are going to win. I'm in a weird position. I really love the Patriots plus 4.5. But my score prediction will probably be 27-20 Seattle.
Ooh, dun, dun, dun. 27-20 Seattle. After you said you love the plus 4.5 Patriots. That's a crazy prediction, and I love it, bro. I want to see where you're betting.
Here's where I'm at, though. 27-20 wins me a square in the ending score. So
that's fair, too. That's what you got to – you got to put that out in the world. You know what I mean? You got to manifest that 7-0. Those are great numbers to have, dude. Like 7-0, right? That's all you're saying? Right. Those are great numbers.
Only for the fourth quarter, though, because it's one of the rotators where it's
for the fourth quarter only. 7-0, maybe. Julius. Oh wait, do you have an MVP?
MVP. I'm going to go with Jackson Smith the Jigba.
It's fair. I love it. Cooper Cup a couple years ago. JSN this year. Did you guys see Drewski butcher that name? That was fun. Anyways, Julius. Never mind. Julius, what do you got going on?
So shout out, Adam. That's a great point you make with the square analogy. You know, just not thinking about the score. We don't care about this game. I know y'all didn't saw me say that online, but I truly don't care who wins this game. It's hard to predict because how much I don't care. But the square reference, you know, just having the squares. I'm also playing a few different square pools.
Yeah, we're in the same pool, Julius, for at least one.
I got a first quarter 3-3 draw. I like that. Hey, that might hit right there. Just 3-3 in the first quarter. I'm hoping. I'm praying. But honestly, I'm gonna go with the Patriots to win this game, 32-29. against the Seahawks in a rematch. They're going to be the most winningest Super Bowl franchise of all time because Tom Brady watches over their franchise like an angel at all times. And we already know the kind of championships, the number of championships he produced. So go blue. But MVP, I'm going to go with my dark horse. And I'm telling you, take this to the bank. Take it to the bank. I think it's like plus 400 right now. Ramondre Stevenson.
Ooh.
You guys are crazy. What was your score? I wasn't listening. I was too busy thinking about
something you would say, Nick.
I was thinking about something funny that I
29.
was going to say, but I so then I just went off. What was your score?
I actually 33-29 Patriots.
Okay.
Bumped it up a point.
We bumped it up a point. Okay, got you.
I didn't like that odd number win.
Okay.
I mean the even number win. What am I
Gotta
saying?
have an even kind of guy. He's even keel over this guy over here. He's even keel. Okay, so I also go with Julius. I think the Patriots win it. The reason for it being, I think the Seahawks have the better roster, better team, but I think the Patriots have the more advanced and experienced coach. And I am going to go Mike Vrabel taking this down in a very ground and pound-esque game. I think under hits. I think this game is a finale of 20-17 New England, game-winning field goal kick. MVP should be Michigan State Spartan own Bryce Ballinger, the punter, but I don't think he gets it. But he's gonna change the possession of the game. That's why it's gonna be so low scoring. MVP Drake May. He'll throw 2 touchdowns at 140 yards, and they'll be like, MVP Drake May. My God, he's gonna do it. One of those touchdowns though could be to Stephon Diggs, and he could become MVP too, just because that would be crazy. Anyways, so that's where our Super Bowl predictions. We appreciate everyone tuning in. This is not just a Super Bowl show. We're talking about the Detroit Lions. We have a mock draft. But before we get there, we got one more thing to talk about. But wait, there's more. The Pistons, they traded away Jaden Ivey for a 30-year-old white guy who used to be able to hit threes. And not only that, solid. Not only that, hopefully no laughing ensues here, but Jalen Duren also announced to be an all-star and in the slam dunk contest. So I'm going to start very much so. We're going to start with Julius, just talking about A, the trade to Ivy, and B, does Jalen Duren being in the dunk contest make you want to watch that anymore?
Well, the trade to Ivy makes perfect sense because honestly, he wasn't producing at the level of what we needed, of what we drafted him, what we hoped he would be. Sadly, the injury just did too much damage. It was time to move on. So we traded him for a couple shooters with expiring contracts, and a under the radar great move by swapping first round picks with Minnesota, because that can move Detroit from, who knows, they could be picking 30 if they win the title, or they swap the pick with Minnesota and all of a sudden they pick in the low 20s, high teens. So overall, I think they got great value for Ivy. Denise Jenkins was already playing a lot more effectively than he was. So I'm not worried about
Danis Jenkins. And the way I remember that, Danis the Anus.
I'll remember that from now on.
You'll never forget it when you hear it that way. I'm not saying he plays like an anus, but I'm just saying that.
No, seriously. I will remember that analogy from now on, Nick. Danis Jenkins has already supplanted him pretty much in that backup point guard role for the Pistons, even though I think Ivy even got a chance to start here and there. He just wasn't shooting well enough. So overall, I'm happy with the trade. Congrats to JD, the dog. Hope that injury is nothing. Hope he just needed a extra break before the All-Star break. And everything is good when he get back, still averaging 20 and 10 and dominating. I have high hopes for the Pistons, boys.
Boys, don't we all? We have a fun summer. We'll be talking about them every week. Adam, we want to get to hear your thoughts here. JD dunk contest. What does that mean to you? Does it mean anything? And Jaden Ivey trade.
I always crazy view. I'm always one to watch the dunk contest, even though it's just kind of plummeted downhill
Very much
the
so.
last like 5 to 6 years. Ever since that Aaron Gordon, Zach LaVine gave us something that will never ever be topped. It still has not been close to getting topped. Mac McClung was, fun and exciting, but outside of that, it's been rather disappointing. I believe this is Duran's second slam dunk appearance. I want to say he was in it his rookie year as well. I think he was immediate first round exit. I don't think he did anything.
Is that true? We got to Google that. Is that true?
Fact check me while I'm talking here.
Okay.
And yeah, so it'll be cool seeing 2 Pistons in the All-Star game. I think it was Shams gave me a heart scare because his original post did not include Jalen Duren in the alternatives. And I was freaking out thinking there's no way he didn't make the team. What the hell? Then he deleted the tweet, re-updated it, and Duren was included. So that will be fun to watch. I do kind of like the 3-team format. Now, I wish the teams were different and not just like the USA superstar vets, the Team World, and the young stars. I wish it was just like a draft of, you have 3 NBA legends draft through all the guys. But regardless, the NBA All-Star Game is, if you like, threes and fast breaks and wide open dunks, then you'll enjoy it. But overall, it's typically been the same thing the last 10, 15 years. Duren, yeah, him going out in that Wizards game was a little bit like, hey, hopefully this isn't anything crazy, and hopefully him playing in the dunk contest and the All-Star game isn't anything to re-aggravate his injury. I don't even know what it was. I just saw he only logged 13 minutes, didn't play the second half. But yeah, seeing Ivy get traded, I think it was more of the Pistons just constantly felt pressured to, hey, we got to see what this 5th overall pick is. We got to keep getting him minutes. And now you don't have that pressure. Now it's like, hey, you play your rotation. You know who your starters are. You know who your 6th, 7th man are. You don't need to force in Ivy to see if, he's still got, something left in, the tank or whatever it may be, because that trade was very odd. Herter and Ivy had basically identical 3-point percentages. Herter's older. Herter kind of doesn't bring a whole lot to the table. He did hit a very cool shot on Derrick Rose night against the Celtics, so maybe he hits a big 3. But ultimately, I see him as kind of just a backup for Duncan Robinson.
Yeah, I like to think I don't know if I love the trade, but ultimately we saw what Ivy was going to do. We saw who Ivy was. I think there was no room for him on our roster. Herter adds experience to when it gets to the playoffs. He adds veteranship, and that is what I was going to say. Like, that's my big reason, like, thought process of hoping what we get out of him, hoping that he becomes something. I don't expect him to be better than Jaden Ivey, but this year, for this run, I hope that he hits more clutch shots than I think, than Jaden Ivey, and I think he will. That's kind of where I see where we're doing the trade. The pick swap is whatever at this point. I did think it was setting up for a second trade, but that never fruition to anything.
I agree, yeah.
But also, JD in the dunk contest will make it be the first time that I watch a dunk contest since maybe Vince Carter, maybe. And to be all honest, I'm not even sure what day that's going to be on. I'm not sure if I'm going to even look at it.
I believe it'll be Saturday with the 3-point contest and all that little fun NBA games.
If State's not playing something crazy, then I'll probably watch it. Who knows? I don't know. I can't guarantee that.
Well, State will be playing Michigan in hockey at 6:30.
Oh, that's this weekend?
Yes, sir.
Oh, yeah. No, Michigan State plays at 8 p.m. against Illinois in basketball and 6:30 against Michigan in hockey. Dunk contest.
The highlights.
He took the word straight out of my mouth, man. He took them right out. So let's move on to a mock draft. We got a Detroit Lions mock draft here. Let's bring this up, Julius. And boy, this is the first mock draft of the year for us. How confident, Adam, you feeling about all the prospects that we're going to go through today? How you feeling?
You know me. I'm always kind of the third man where first 2 rounds I'm in there. Rounds 3, I'm holding on for dear life. Rounds 4, 5, and 6, I'm just going with the flow.
Yeah, but it's early in the draft stage. By April, we're all ready to go. We're all firing on all cylinders. It's early. We're in the early stage of the draft process. We just got done with the Senior Bowl. Julius, how you feeling on the prospects this year?
I mean, I'm still honestly getting to know a lot of the mid round and late round guys, but I'm also getting to get a lot of favorites out of the it's first and second round picks, like just looking at where the Lions are drafting. But I'm also thinking trades already. I'm already, it's being right in the middle of the draft, anything can happen. So
that's true.
That's where I'm at in mock drafting as well.
For real, especially without free agencies, we will figure it all out, but we will talk trades here. We will talk everything. Or does this get offer trades? Does PFF offer trades like PFN does or no?
I believe so, yes.
Let's enter the draft, dude. Let's get into drafting, boys. First round. Before we even start this draft, before you start this draft, Julius, no player, but what position group are you strongly focused on in the first round? Are you hoping that the Lions and Brad Holmes target, without knowing what free agency happens, what position group are you looking for?
In the first round?
In the first round.
Obviously,
that'll dictate by what people are there, but
it don't matter, regardless of who's there, regardless of talent, positional need. I'm looking at edge. Matter of fact, I'm looking at defensive line and I'm looking at offensive line. Pretty much my top 2.
Love it.
Especially offensively. If we go offense in any way in the first round, it pretty much gotta be offensive line.
100%.
So
seems like
somebody drops at edge, somebody drops at tackle. That's what I'm pretty much looking at.
Like the skill positions, we aren't looking too much for. Adam, do you follow suit in the trenches, or is there another outside position that you're looking for?
Yeah, no, I'm first 2 rounds. I want trenches. Real quick though, Nick, you were correct. This is Duran's first dunk contest appearance. Yeah. He will be the 4th Detroit Piston to appear. Allen Houston, 94. Jerry Stackhouse, 2000. Andre Drummond in 2016 is who I was thinking of. So 10 years to the day, we get a number 0 Pistons player in the dunk contest. So that'll be interesting. And one more update. It is next week. So
okay.
You'll hope, maybe, I'm not sure, but it avoids the Michigan State, Illinois, Michigan State, Michigan hockey. So it is, I think, Valentine's Day, though, so it could complicate things.
Yet again, catching the highlights. Now you got me talking about the All-Star game, though, real quick. And I did think it was next week. I was pretty shocked to hear it this week. Amon-Ra St. Brown in the celebrity game. Is he gonna win? Is he winning MVP, boys?
Hey, I don't want anything crazy. Amon-Ra, just fire up some threes. Yeah. Maybe a crossover too. No dunks.
You don't want no windmill between the legs.
Unless he's wide open and he knows for a fact he can easily dunk, which I'm pretty sure he can. And it's just something very simple. I don't need him trying to poster Keenan Allen or poster Shams because he'll be in it. The celebrities are actually kind of interesting. For the first time, it's a good amount of celebrities that are, well known. So
100%. I'm looking forward to the celebrity game. Julius, ASB, you think he wins MVP? You think he's a try hard? He's going to go out there and do what he can to win
MVP? Just going to his camp this past summer and just being around him, just seeing how he's competitive even with little kids. I know that he's going to try, and I've seen him talk with his brother too on his podcast about how he's such the greatest hooper of all time.
Yeah.
Honestly, he's kind of small standing next to me. I think I'd post him up pretty good, but just be careful, St. Brown. Be careful because, brother, we need you. Brother, we need you. And if you roll your ankle, pop your Achilles on that court, I will never forget you.
Dude, if an SOL moment happens at the All-Star,
I will go to his camp this summer and I'll lay it on him.
boys, an all-star game coached by JB Bickerstaff with Cade Cunningham and Jalen Duran there, and Duran representing in the dunk contest, and St. Brown in the celebrity game. If there is an SOL moment,
Oh God, could you?
I'm a freak. I'm gonna be there with Julius at the camp in Germany, being like, "What are we doing?" All right, I just wanted to get that. I wanted to see. I do think that dude wins MVP, and I do think he goes out there and tries harder than anyone else on that court. So we'll see how it goes. But I hear he's a good baller. Let's start the draft. Dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun. All right. Oh, did you hear how good I was the second time I did that? Dude, that was so good.
Let's take a look at who went where in this draft so far in the top 17 picks. Fernando Mendoza, first overall.
Do I see Spencer Fano still available?
Yeah, boy.
You see Spencer Fano. He has an average draft position of 14, and he's ranked 18th. We're picking 17th. He is there. I'm seeing him in a lot of mocks to the Lions. What did I just talk about? My position of need. So what do you guys think?
I love the trenches. I was gonna say that and Ione is the two guys that I'm like heavy on. Now, obviously, I think a guard helps immediately quicker. That is, unless Decker retires. Adam, do you think Decker retires?
I'm like 99% sure he either retires or the Lions kind of say, "Hey, buddy, we're probably going to cut you, so you might want to retire." And it also, there is a small percent chance of me where he's got a family, kids, where he's done with the cold weather in Detroit, and he says, "Hey, I'm going to go team up with my old buddy Matthew Stafford in LA, enjoy the sun, and have a Super Bowl run." So
that would be crazy.
I don't think Decker, if you had to ask me, I don't think he'll be on the team next year.
Julius, do you agree?
I would agree. Just the way he labored through this past season, I cannot imagine a man of his age, knowing the age I am right now, knowing that he didn't play in the NFL in the trenches for the last decade plus. I can't imagine he's going to continue on.
I would be a little shocked if he retired, boys. But that doesn't mean we shouldn't go tackle, because even if he doesn't retire and he comes back, that is something we should be looking at, just because you need to build for the future. Obviously, we don't need to go interior defensive line. Like when we're talking trenches for defense, I think we're talking edges, right? So yeah. I feel like interior defensive line is out. At that point, for edges, you're looking TJ Parker, or if you're looking inside offensive line, you're looking for Ione. I like Ione. I don't like Caden Proctor. I like Fano. I like Lomu. And I like Parker. Out of them all, because Fan is there, I would definitely be looking at him. Like, I don't know. That's me. Adam, what are you thinking on these guys?
So if hopefully Decker gives us an indication at least before the draft, maybe before free agency. We don't need another Frank Ragnow situation. I think that was just a lot of miscommunication on both sides, where Ragnow was heavily contemplating coming back and then just had one change of heart, maybe caught a 40-inch walleye and realized how much fun that was, and that's why he called it quits. But yeah, if Decker's not there, I'm going Fano. But if Decker is still there, which I wouldn't hate it. Wouldn't it's not like I'm like, oh, I don't want Decker anymore. He's still a solid dude, has some veteran experience, and I would take Ione there. But TJ Parker is interesting.
He's good too, boys. You'll see Parker.
He's very good. On College Football 26, he is broken.
That's a great way to put that. I just don't know. Like, again, we're not trying to decide what Brad Holmes would do. We're trying to pick what we would do. And I do like the edge, but I think we know that we can have a rough defense and still succeed with a very good offense. And without an offensive line, who knows what we are? You know what I mean? Like, so I don't know.
Real
I'm on
quick,
the
boys.
Fano train.
Nick, you mentioned trades. We have 2 trade offers. Would you like to see them?
Yes, please. Let's run
Looks
those.
like the Cleveland Browns are offering us to trade down to pick 24, and the Rams are offering a trade down to pick 29. Now it looks like
See,
Big trades.
we would have to do like, I feel like with PFF you got to like do a lot of like back.
oh
And
yeah,
forth.
it's pretty manual. So they're just showing who's interested in trading
Right, so
down.
And so
I
if we
think-
traded down, look like to 24, ranked 24 and down.
Yeah.
Like we'd be looking like Caden, like Parker might still be there, but Lomu, Ione, those guys
Caden
possibly could be there. We don't need a receiver. Concepcion can get on. And then, but then I think that's where the tier. That's why I like Fano, because the tier drops when you get down there. In my opinion.
For sure.
The main reason I like Ione is because I feel like honestly he's going to be the best guy there when we truly come to draft in April. But we have a combine to go still. We have a lot to go. He's my vote for me.
I agree. I go with Fano. I think he's a steal. Him and Panay Sewell for the future, for the next 10 years on this offensive line is a dream.
And to be honest, boys, we're not even going to be making a first-round pick because that first-round pick is going to belong to the Las Vegas Raiders when we acquire Max Crosby.
Hey, I love that. I love that. All this be moot.
I like that.
Moot convo, dude. I'll take Max Crosby with the first pick overall this year, or with the 17th pick overall.
You can trade players. You can trade players on this PFF mock simulator too. So it'd be
Wouldn't
cool.
that be the most boring mock draft in the world?
Just keep trading.
Mike Ditka, our team.
Would you guys be happy with
all
just pick 17 for Max Crosby straight up, or would it be? You guys think it'd be more?
More for sure.
Oh, I would guess 3 first-round picks probably, or 2 first-round picks and a third.
First,
probably.
and it's some change.
Just for shits and giggles,
See what they say.
Yeah.
They're gonna accept it, and then we're gonna have Max Crosby on our team.
It's gonna be like, what the hell?
First draft episode is always.
They are not interested in trading.
For that pick at least.
Well, apparently PFF doesn't know what they're talking about, man. Because have you seen the rumors? Actually, I think Max came out here and squashed that today, honestly, in a video. But whatever. Yeah, I like it. Let's get Max. Hey, Mary. All right. Did we get Fano? Or are we still over here?
I think Fano.
Fano's the guy. Let's go.
All right. Let's get him. Let's move on to round 2. No one wanted to go to round 2 because no one knows the players from here on out. So let's learn some players. Let's have fun. It'll be all right. Zion Young, right there. Get Zion Young. Are we drafting? Boys, there is no debate. If you don't know who Zion Young is yet, you didn't watch the Senior Bowl, and that's okay. But he is phenomenal and had everything that you wanted when it came to an edge rusher at the Senior Bowl. Won both, like 2 of the 3 practices where he was the last man out trying to like get around. They do a final defensive line versus offensive line thing. Boys, we can look at other players, but I'm telling you, that's the guy in every mock draft you're going to want to do. That's the guy you're going to want right there if he falls to you. Derek Moore is good too. Derek Moore is good.
Wow.
I'm telling you right now, Derek Moore is my pick in the second round for the Lions. I'm telling you that right now.
I'm going Zion Young, and we're going to see what Adam has to say out of it.
I like Zion Young too. I've seen a few things about him. Missouri dude, beast, played in the SEC. SEC, Brad Holmes loves his SEC boys. So I would have said him or Overton from Alabama, but yeah, Zion Young. I've seen a couple mock drafts with him in it.
He is good. Now, it seems like both Julius, I immediately jumped out to edge rushers. Adam right in there as well. Even bringing up Overton with Alabama. It seems like first 2 rounds, boys, we want the trenches. Like we're looking trenches and not interior defensive line. We hope it seems, I don't mean to speak for everyone, but it seems like that we are expecting old McNeil to get right back into form this year with a full like off season, not being injured. And then Tyleek Williams, both of them should be very, very suitable in the middle. And then you got Hutch. And then do we sign AQM? Julius, will go to you. Are you an AQM kind of guy? Do you want to bring him back? It looks like it'd be around 10 million for a year. Ooh, muted though. Muted. So I know you're thinking over there, but before you give us your thoughts.
I unmuted myself while I was thinking.
I knew you were.
Nick.
Yeah.
No, but real talk. El Quindi Muhammad for $10 million a year, I'm gonna go with a hard no, just based on age. And I don't know if that was a one-off year. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes players, they play that way in a contract year. I don't know if that's a little overpay for him. If we can easily replace him for cheaper via the draft or free agency.
Okay.
I would offer him about $7 million average a year.
$7 million with bonuses is what.
Something. Yeah, I don't think I'd give him 10 on a salary.
Okay. Now, because of the year he had, I bet a team does give him 10 million for a year or maybe 2. So we also got word that Levi Onzawerke and I believe Josh Paschal are both automatically like coming back somehow, even though they're on 1-year deals, but because neither of them played, I guess, all year or were injured before like the
season. Injury Brad Holmes loophole he found.
Exactly. So we're getting them back, which is nice, but do either of them move the needle enough to not want to draft an edge rusher in the first 2 picks?
No, I think Levi, he played one season, I think in 2024, started off decent. He had a half sack in 3 of his first 4 games, finished with playing, I want to say like 15 or so games, but that was about it. And then he obviously didn't play the whole 2025 season. Paschal, same thing. He had a season, and I believe it was 2023. He had 2 or 3 sacks in 3 games, and then didn't play in 2025. You know, Brad Holmes loves his injury-prone guys. I don't think it moves the needle. I think it's more just kind of a couple extra dart throws, and these guys can get back to 100% health. Maybe one of the 2 pans out to, a role player, which I would absolutely take at this point. But overall, I still think tackle or offensive line, defensive line, first 2 rounds is a must. But as we know with Brad Holmes, he's going to take a tight end or, a safety or another linebacker, something that we won't expect. But we got to trust him. So maybe this is the year he goes with the consensus and does the fan picks, essentially.
We're forgetting, though, safety could be an option here.
Yes.
We don't know. Brian Branch won't be back until late year. And what will Brian Branch be in his return? Who knows? It's not going to be the same. He'll need another offseason to get healthy. But who knows if Kirby's coming back? Like this Kirby stuff is getting scary. If you right now, I'll go to Julius. Do you have a percentage of how confident you are that he plays football for the Lions next year? Any football?
I'm fairly certain. I'm like 90% certain.
Love that. That's more than me, and I appreciate that. I needed to hear that, honestly. Adam, do you have a percentage yourself?
I'm on a 70-30, and kind of where some of this talk comes from, in case you haven't heard the news. I believe there was a doctor, one of the football doctors on X.
Wait, was it the same doctor that fought Ryan Leaf today? Do we know?
Is it Dr. Chow or Dr.
It was Dr. Chow fought Ryan Leaf today in a verbal fight. It was hilarious.
Yeah, that was him. He sat down with Dave Burkett, and they talked about Kirby Joseph, and he compared him to Jadeveon Clowney, and he essentially said his knee is worse than Jadeveon Clowney's. And if you look at what Clowney's been doing, each year he got a contract. It was 1-year deal, because no team was like, hey, we're not going to trust you more than a year. That knee could give out at any moment. Now, granted, Clowney had played pretty good on those 1-year contracts, and even I think played snaps this year with maybe a couple teams like the Cowboys. I want to say he was on.
Oh, yeah.
So there is definitely some hope, but how he was talking about it, and take it with a grain of salt, because these guys, they kind of say the big headline. The big headline is Kirby Joseph career over, essentially. So he was pretty much saying, like, it's not great. I'm at a 70-30. We do see Kirby play. Now, for a week before week 4, I would say it's like a 70-30 he doesn't play.
So then we're starting like Tommy Maddox Antoine Maddox, like Tommy Maddox.
He's a free agent too.
He's a free agent. So
Thomas Harper.
That's why safety could be in the conversation in these first couple rounds. Let's just keep that in mind. But I agree. It sounds like I am on Zion Young, and Julius was on Derek Moore. Adam, you're the decision maker.
I like Zion Young. I love my Michigan men, but I feel like the mid-second is just a little early for Derek Moore.
I am not mad. We got my wish list the first 2 rounds. Interior, trenches on both sides. Both of these guys can help year 1.
Yep. And now we go to round 3. We got a tackle. We got an edge. We got round 4, third pick. And we got 5 picks remaining, 5 picks in the 5th or later, 3 in the 5th round, but we're talking 4th round right now. I see Drew LR quarterback. Let's get him. No, okay, maybe not.
I was thinking Cade Klubnik, actually.
Klubnik, dude. We need him. Club it up, dude. Let's go clubbing. Oh, my God. If he became a starting quarterback, that would be such a great phrase for this man. I love him.
Wow, he's going in the top 10. Back before the college season started.
Crazy.
Haller, before this season started, was talked about to be the number 1 overall pick, which is mind-blowing.
Yes. Yeah, it's nuts, dude. It's fun to see how they all like kind of shift and whatnot. But no, we are not. Get the quarterbacks off the screen. We ain't looking at. Well, yeah, LR, yeah. That proves Adam's point right there. Yeah. No, these quarterbacks suck. We don't want these quarterbacks. What position are you hoping for in the 3rd round after getting tackle, edge? We'll go with Adam. What do you like over there, brother? What position group are you?
Honestly, we were just talking about safety, and I'm kind of leaning safety, and just did a quick little dive into some of these safeties. Looked up Taffy. That's how you pronounce it. Great last name too. And I'm kind of liking what I'm seeing. 2024, he had 10 pass deflections. He's had 2 sacks in 2020. He had a great year in 2024. Kind of degressed a bit in 2025. 5.5 tackles for losses in 2024. 2 interceptions over the last 2 years. 7 over the last 3 years. Played for Texas. Wouldn't be opposed. Stroman is another one that Notre Dame guy. Notre Dame's produced some legit safeties over the years. You think Kyle Hamilton, Xavier Watts, Stroman was kind of the next man up for them. Wouldn't be opposed to him. We got our trenches on offense, defense. I wouldn't mind doubling down on one of those 2. What are you thinking, Nick?
Yeah, I love everything. I love how you just kind of took control there. Look at you. You little prospect connoisseur over here. And I love it this year. I'm all about that. I, in my first Lions mock draft and only Lions mock draft of the season so far, took a tight end in the 3rd round. I do believe with Petzing coming over, Brock Wright getting a year older, that we do go tight end. I think cornerback is another position that we would want to talk about. I think positions that we wouldn't even be looking at is quarterback, running back, receiver, offensive tackle now. But if we a center is not the worst thing. If we don't get Linderbaum and we have to get another guard or center this round, that would not bug me. But ultimately, I wouldn't be mad going safety in the 3rd round. We got 4th round, 3rd pick. We got Kirby in the 3rd round when we got him. We know that there are gems to be found. Brad Holmes has a very good record of finding DB gems, in my opinion, later in the rounds. I guess I'll say some people a little out on the Terrion Arnold and Enos Rakestraw picks, but those were early. So, Julius, we'll go to you. All right, now I'm kind of leaning Adam's way with the safety with Taffy. I'm liking that a lot. But, Julius, who are you looking at in this pick here?
So, initially, I like the safety idea with Taffy. Honestly, I don't know as much about Taffy as Adam does. I had to look, like I said, we started getting to the mid rounds, and you see, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, that the Lions don't have a third round pick.
Right.
They have almost a 70 pick gap between Zai Young and whoever's next. Yeah. And see, that creates a gap. So I wouldn't be surprised if there's a trade.
I agree.
Either the first round or the second round to get more draft capital later on, or even trade away one of these fifths or sixths to move up into the third or the fourth again. But just looking at the board, boys, I mean, Xavier Scott, I'm already pretty keen on him just being from the Big Ten. He was He's probably the best defender on that Illinois team, definitely. I remember he played pretty well against Western Michigan. That's the game I do remember watching him and hearing his name. And seeing him still on the board is enticing. But do we really need another rookie corner to add to our group of corners? I don't know. And then I go down the line, and then you start talking about guard, Nick. And I really like Beau Stevens, Bay Stevens.
Bo Stevens, dude.
Bo Stevens. I really like Bo Stevens. And I really like Kalen Rutledge, who I think I talked about in the Senior Bowl preview episode last week.
I missed I just realized I missed my Senior Bowl guys. Dang. I don't even know who they were anymore.
So, honestly, if I'm looking at this,
he played well against Oregon. He played well against some good teams. Rutledge, he was he was your guy who you mentioned.
Rutledge looked pretty good in camp, in Senior Bowl camp, but honestly, I would probably draft Bo Stevens right here. Just to add with Spencer Fano, just to solidify what we really started when this all first began, with a dominant O-line. And honestly, this is a move that you will make if you want to bring that back. So I'm honestly going to go with Bo Stevens.
I agree. And that would allow, the Lions to maybe put Ratledge at center, see if he could handle that. And if Ratledge is a quality center, which he seemed to be a pretty good rookie offensive guard, then that would be huge to have Fano come fill in for Decker. These are all hypotheticals. And then Stevens come in for, Ratledge, who would be sliding over.
Man, but what if Ratledge isn't a great center? And then we have Mahogany, Bo Stevens, and Ratledge at guard, which depth on the offensive line, as we've seen, especially losing Skipper, is never a bad thing. In fact, you could probably find safeties like Maddox late in free agency, like Maddox was last year. So I like the Bo Stevens. Let's go with the Bo Stevens. Let's go double trenches in the first 3 picks.
Two possible offensive line starters in the first 3. I like that, especially with the gap I just talked about. That's a handicap the Lions going to have to look at in the draft.
I agree. So now we're moving on to round 5, where we have 2 picks, pick 155 and pick 180. We've got an edge, and we've got 2 offensive linemen. Pretty much cross out offensive linemen moving forward. Edge, maybe we want to double up on another edge at some point, but ultimately, I'm probably not looking that so much as well. Still need safety. Linebacker, we might lose Anzalone. We might want to be looking at linebacker. We know cornerback depth is scarce, and when we have Amik Robinson trying to cover people, like, it gets rough. So cornerback, and then like I said, I do think Petzing likes his tight ends. I bet we draft another tight end. In my opinion, we'd probably look in secondary, safety or cornerback, linebacker, or tight end for the last 4 picks. Does anyone disagree? Is there a position group I left out?
I think you nailed it. There was one guy that did pop out. If we didn't go Stevens, I would be pushing for Pat Coogan.
Ooh.
I did see Pat Coogan. Yeah,
Kurt Signetti product. I want to say he either won the either player of the game for the Big Ten championship, or Mendoza like gave it to him and praised him highly for his play. And Coogan, he's a solid dude, but now that gets into, complicating too many offensive linemen. Where is it like, do we really need to draft 3 offensive linemen on our first 4 picks? Probably not.
But real quick, Adam, to your point, Coogan is a pure center. That would take away the whole Bo Stevens. Do we got 4 or 5 guards in the room and no center? So that's a good point with Coogan.
Honestly, because then you just add Stevens becomes depth, or Mahogany or Ratledge becomes depth. One of the 3, whoever doesn't win out the battle, isn't the worst thing. And if we do cut ties with Decker and Fano starting, that cap room isn't that crazy. We have a lot of young guys on controlled contracts early on the offensive line. I do love that, boys. That would be such a crazy thing, but it might not be the general consensus. It might even be boring, but I all of a sudden we're all talking about this. Is that maybe where we want to go? Is there anyone else out here that you see and are like, well, wait a minute? I mean, this guy being the center is being the quarterback of the offensive line of an undefeated 16-0 team that defied all odds. Defied everything logical. Indiana is supposed to be a basketball school, and yet they went undefeated in college football to win a championship, beating teams like Alabama and Georgia, Miami. Like, boys, I'm on the Coogan train. You guys do whatever you want. I'm on the Coogan train.
Another guy that kind of is piquing my interest is Hezekiah Massis. Dude from California. He played 3 years at Florida International. Wasn't, anything crazy, but then had 5 interceptions for California and put up some decent numbers in his senior year. So if we did want to add a defensive back,
which we will need to, we really do need to.
But Coogan, that's the enticing. Yeah, 13 pass deflections and 5 interceptions in his senior year.
That's big time. That's learning how to read where a ball's going. You know what I mean? Sticky coverage. I love that too. Adam's over here just dropping knowledge bombs, and we love it, dude. We love it. 6 years into the show, we finally got Adam learning some prospects. Good time. It's a crazy time. I love it. Julius, where are you leaning on those 2?
So I was, just listening to you guys. I'm not muted, right?
No, you're not.
So I do like Coogan, national champion. I believe he was voted the best center in college football this past season, which I forgot the name of that award. But then I saw Davison Igbumsum, which I saw some of his tape, and I really liked it. Junior out of Ohio State.
Oh, don't do it, Julius. No.
I know. It's just kind of enticing because he might be a steal, especially at this juncture. However, then I scrolled down a little bit. I saw Logan Jones, and you guys talking about Coogan. I like Logan Jones more than Coogan, to be honest. I just think that he's just more sturdy of a pass blocker up the middle. I mean,
we know Brad Holmes loves his Iowa boys.
He loves his Iowa boys. He could pair him with, imagine Bo Stevens and Logan Jones.
You're just taking the whole Iowa offensive line. Come on down.
Two big Iowa farm boys just coming through to join Sam Laporta. Oh man, it's enticing. It's enticing. What are you guys thinking here?
When I'm reading about Coogan, I'm liking. So it was the Rose Bowl. He was named Rose Bowl MVP. All Big Ten selection, second team. He was a Joe Moore finalist which I think is an offensive line award. And then he was a Joe Moore semifinalist in 2023 during his time with Notre Dame. And Coogan, this is what it says on his little page. Coogan was described by his teammates as the heart and soul of Indiana's of the Indiana offense, providing crucial leadership as the team went undefeated. And that kind of gives me Frank Ragnow vibes.
Hank
Look
Fraley
how
and
Coogan
Campbell
finished the
vibes.
season, guys.
Hmm?
Alabama, Oregon, Miami. Look at that.
Yeah.
He's my choice. Just based on that finish to the season.
Right. I'm going Coogan. Coogan's he's the shit. We just went 3 offensive line in our first.
We just replaced Mahogany and
Glasgow and Decker.
And Glasgow and Mahogany just got replaced.
And Decker, he's gone too now. We don't need
And
any of them.
Decker, but no.
We got 10 minutes. We got 4 picks. What we got? We still looking for safety, cornerback, tight end, and linebacker. We'll go as Julius picks all these here. Adam, has anyone come to mind that you're intrigued by immediately?
Oscar Delp, actually.
Delp.
I wouldn't be opposed. He's a big boy. Georgia tight ends have produced recently. You got Darnell Washington, who's just a gigantic human being. Of course, Brock Bowers. And Delp was kind of the guy that, took over for those two. It does seem like he might fit with Sam Laporta, as he's more of like a blocker as opposed to like a receiving threat.
Yeah, I like Jermaine Matthews Jr. here. I like a cornerback safety. I still think safety is going to be something we'll be looking at. Cornerback safety are both top on my radar right now. Though Delp Miranda is not a bad pick at all. I do like some Delp. Who are we looking at here?
This is Jaden Kennedy.
I don't know Kennedy, but I do know Jermaine Matthews. We like him. I like Domini Jackson.
I like Cole Wiznowski too.
Oh, whiz. I like a good cheese whiz. And I'm all in on safety. 220, 6'4". Is that what that was?
Look at his grades.
Big dude, too.
He played well against Oregon. He played well against BYU.
There's some big games in there. Let's focus on just safety cornerback. What are your thoughts on that? Let's just go secondary here. Lock in a secondary or a defensive back here. What's Jermaine Matthews Jr. look like? Let me see a click on him real quick.
He had a really good freshman season.
Yeah, I watched some film on him, from years past. I didn't know what he was up to this year, but not great, it looks like. Actually, let's get rid of that guy. Cut that one off. I like Wisniewski.
I also like Devontae Smith from Notre Dame. I think he's pretty solid.
The one guy for DBs, Domani Jackson from Alabama, absolute speed demon, runs a 4.28 40. He's one of the faster dudes in the college football game, which take that for what it is. But a 4.28 40 will tell you you're pretty fast. I don't think he had too big of a role. I think he just has a lot of speed, which could be interesting because you see guys like Tarek Woolen, who speedster himself, and the speed allows them to catch up to wide receivers that appear open, and he catches them so fast he gets his hand on the ball and knocks it away. I'm curious to see what this.
I love me some Martinez, except I wouldn't want the Lions to draft him at all. I like Domini Jackson, a lot. Like that's
especially with that kind of athleticism that late in the draft. I think it's a great dart throw.
Let's get him. Let's run it. Let's get on to the last 3 picks. We're in the 6th round. We are just.
Logan Jones is still there. That's crazy.
We do not need. Yeah, it is crazy, but we do not need any more offensive linemen.
No, we don't.
No, he's an Iowa guy.
You can never know.
He's an Ottawa guy. Oh my god. Oh my god. All right. I still think we need safety, linebacker, tight end. What do we like out of these boys? Who we got up here?
Would you guys draft quarterback this late?
No.
No.
Kyle Allen's just fine. He'll come back.
Yeah, I don't think this year. I think next year I would be opposed to a.
We need as much depth as possible.
DJ guy. He was solid. He's one of those Michigan dudes that just has raw talent. Wasn't crazy productive, but he did have his moments where he looked like a solid player.
I don't mind doubling up at edge.
If we trade Monty, Roman Hemby, I wouldn't be opposed to that either.
Man, I don't think Monty's going anywhere. I think
Neither do I. His body language and how he was acting over, I guess, if you want to call it like Super Bowl weekend or whatever, he did a couple interviews. He seemed, in very good spirits and didn't, make any comments or anything. And I feel like him and the Lions are starting to get back on the same page.
I agree. I also like Cole Wisniewski with this pick here. Let's get it. I
also like Cole Wisniewski since he's still here, and we got so many late picks.
Yeah, we got two
TJ
more to
Guy.
go.
I do like TJ Guy. I'll let you be. What do you think, Adam?
Man, the dude from Ole Miss. That's a crazy name. I feel like he's just that name alone.
Xavier?
Yeah, Xavier with an X. I don't know. But know nothing about him. Just that's a cool name.
6'8", 330 pounds. He's humongous.
He's a big boy.
I love that. Hey, if we make that Max Crosby trade Aleem McNeil, wouldn't be opposed. But now we're talking a lot.
I'm gonna have to look at that guy's tape. He's huge.
I do like Wisniewski. Watching Texas Tech, I definitely remember hearing his name called a handful of times. Obviously, Texas Tech was great this year. Their defense was pretty good. I'm not going to say, he's the main reason why, but obviously, if you're on a good team that kind of comes out of nowhere, you get some dudes that produce better than what they have been doing.
Yeah, I agree. I say we get Wisniewski. That's a good safety.
Safety, yeah. I like the
2 secondary picks right in a row. We got last 2 picks. Whatever floats the boat, basically, at this point. These picks will probably be gone in a trade at some point anyway. But for now, we're looking through. Falala Falmore. That's a fun name. Altmaier. That's a Senior Bowl guy. There's your Michigan boy.
Yeah, he's kind of like a Kroger brand TJ Guy where he did have a couple moments, but not enough. He's like a 6th, 7th round pick.
6, 7.
I like out of all these names, the only one I recognize is Devontae Smith, who I mentioned earlier, but
wide receiver for the Philadelphia Eagles.
Yes,
yeah,
Heisman
exactly.
winner, I believe.
I don't know if we need to add another late round corner.
I say you give me your tight ends and the linebackers.
I like that.
Yeah, I wouldn't be opposed to looking at linebacker or line. Yeah, I agree. Linebacker, tight end. Now, do I know any of these guys?
And I'm going to need ChatGPT to tell me who these guys are real quick, because who the hell are we looking at? Scroll down on these names. I can't see who they are. Scroll down. Fano. Do we get a double Fano?
Do we get the double Fano?
Let's just double Fano because that seems like that would make people look at our mock draft more.
I think we should get a double Fano.
My middle name is Logan, so he's already up there on my board. I like this guy already.
I think
they are brothers. Yes. Yeah.
Draft
get the Fano brothers, bro. Mandatory. Let's make a last pick. Let's last pick it up.
Alrighty. Mr. Irrelevant.
Now, I love Taylon Green because he's one of the most electric dudes to play with in college football, 26. But watching him at the Senior Bowl, he was little
not good. I don't know about him.
Tommy Castellanos, kind of short, but
I'm a hard pass. I like Josh Moulton.
Pavi.
I do not have the tight ends or linebacker. I
This
guess we
guy
got
is super
Thor.
short, but he's obviously
5'9".
evidently he's the most accurate passer in college football history. But
Yeah,
you got to
dude.
listen at 6 foot. But he's
That's
really
hilarious.
good.
Listen at 6 foot my ass.
And he measured 5'9" and
5'9".
3/8.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I mean, we could make some controversy. Look at these grades on these games.
Dude, well, I'm not trying to draft a new Drew Brees at all.
If anything, he would be like a Russell Wilson, where he's
ugh, yeah, even worse, dude.
Seahawks Russell Wilson.
I like Riley Nowakowski.
Nice.
Tight end, yeah. Would
Also finished the season strong in the playoff.
Yeah.
I say we don't got a tight end yet. I say we draft Riley Nowakowski.
Nowakowski, finish it up. Amasaki, you know what I mean? Give me a couple shots of.
Let's see our grades, boys. Let's see our grades.
It's going to be like you drafted 3 offensive linemen in the first 4 rounds.
It's going to hate this. I already know.
But that was fun.
Oh, A, C, C+, D+. We started off hot.
It even tells you, look, you drafted Buse Stevens. We should have drafted Xavier Scott. It tells you who you should have drafted. That's funny. I think, look at those A's, bro.
A lot of A's. A lot of early A's.
Yeah, Pat Coogan, man. I think if he falls to the round 5, that's...
They didn't like our Bo Stevens pick.
No, they didn't.
Maybe if we had flip-flop Bo Stevens and Pat Coogan, we'd have had 4 straight A's.
Yeah, but I'm giving this grade an A. This is a good draft right here, boys. This is a good draft. And thank you all for tuning in. This is the Honolulu Blues. We are your Detroit Lions, a podcast of the year. I just made it up, but come get me. Come at me if you don't think I'm right, dude. We're the best podcast around. Adam, take us away, dude.
Yeah, as always, check us out at Honolulu Blues _. Give us a like, subscribe to the YouTube or wherever you're listening to. We appreciate all that. Check us out at Roundtable Sports. We got some articles we posted lately. Had a great Max Crosby article that popped off. If you're wanting him to become a Lion, it's not as crazy as it seems. A lot of people think, oh no, Brad Holmes won't do it. No. I definitely think there's a Dumb and Dumber you're telling me there's a chance. So that could definitely happen. But as always, go. Also, maybe one last thing. We didn't mention the Tigers signing Framber Valdez.
Because yep.
Very solid left-handed pitcher. Tigers seem to be going all in, which is very cool, but seems like Scooball will be on his way out.
Yep.
So if he brings us last question. What does Scooball have to do to make his time in Detroit worthwhile?
World Series champion.
Is the World Series or bust?
Got to win the World Series.
All right. So not just
make it there.
No. Been there a few times over the last couple of decades. I want to win.
We lose Game 7 to the Dodgers.
I don't care. Then it wasn't worth it.
All right. That's our little Tigers talk. Check us out on Honolulu Blues. As always, go.